In the headlines, bandits raid Niger community days after military withdrawal. Tragedy strikes Borno Highway, 5 civilian JTF members feared dead, others wounded. PDP wins all 33 local government areas in Oyo Council polls. On the international scene, Hamas delegation to visit Cairo on Monday for Gaza ceasefire talks. Many thanks for joining us on the News Update on Trust TV. I'm Sakir Ibrahim. Thanks for joining once again, and now the news in full. 3 days after the withdrawal of soldiers from Alawa community in Shiroro local government area of Niger State, residents reported a bandit invasion with the assailants stealing foodstuffs and goats that were left behind. Yehuza Alawa, one of the residents, confirmed the invasion via telephone, stating that the bandits entered Alawa and nearby communities on Sunday morning, looting foodstuffs, valuables and domestic animals. Residents from several affected communities, including Alawa, Saminaka, Jairamia, Ungwan Serki Noma and Kurmi, have fled to the Central Primary School in Erena for refuge since Thursday. However, the life in the makeshift camp has been challenging due to hunger and limited sleeping space. According to reports, some residents who returned home from the internally displaced persons camp to fetch food were forced to flee again upon discovering the bandits' incursion. The bandits allegedly used trucks to transport the stolen goods, loading them at riverside locations inaccessible by vehicles. Residents have appealed to the federal and state governments for urgent intervention, citing the dire humanitarian situation faced by women and children in particular. And joining us via telephone is Trust TV's Abubakar Akote with an update on the attack. Akote, good evening and thank you very much for joining us on the news update. Well, it's been, 48 hours since we last spoke about the dismantling of military formations in Allah community in Shiroro local government. And here we are again, another attack in that same community after the military left. What's the update?
The update currently, although the today's invasion, there was no loss of life because residents were not living in their communities. But some of them left, according to some of the who spoke, some left to go and get some foodstuff because they were not able to move their foodstuff to IDP camp, and then discover and they had a counter with bandits who were in the process stealing some of their products, including livestock, animals, dogs, and other things that they were not able to move. Currently, we have dozens of them in Erina, at the Central Primary School Erina, and they said the primary school does not have enough space to accommodate them. Some of them are living in open spaces, while some have relations in Erina sporting with them. Then the other challenge they also told me they also face is that of hunger. Where they have no access to their food, they are not able to move their food stuff down to Erina, and then their intervention is not forthcoming from either individuals or government to alleviate their suffering.
All right, Akoche, since the military withdrew from the Allah community a few days ago, has there been the presence of any other security agency aside the military, say maybe the police, maybe the Nigerian Civil Defense Corps, or probably anybody in uniform who could guarantee safety to this residents?
There's no any security operatives in the area. What the local government chairman actually Okuta said a day that military left was that the only thing the local government was able to do was to mobilize some vigilantes to accompany to go to village and then escort the fleeing villagers to area to avoid any form of attack on their way. And then that's the whole they have done. Although he say he has reported to the higher authorities for intervention, but that intervention residents say it's not has not come to them. Currently, there's no security presence in Alawa and other communities there, as in the military left. It has been the military camp there who were working in collaboration with local vigilantes all this while. And since they left, the vigilantes too have no any form of power to stay there to withstand the firepower of the bandits or the terrorists that the local authorities say they are attacking them.
Okay, so Akoche, the local government chairman has had to resort to employing the services of local vigilantes to be able to access some of these areas. However, has there been any word from the state government? Did the local government chairman give any indication that he was going to report the situation in Shiroro local government to say the state governor for further action?
That has been the most worrisome aspect of the whole thing. Aside confirmation from the Commissioner for Homeland Security for the withdrawal of soldiers, which he said was not meant to leave his efforts to re-strategize to return with full force to fight the bandits and terrorists in the state. State government has not issued any official statement, and the spokespersons to the governor have refused to speak on the matter. I've tried several times also to speak to CPS, who the first time I called him, he said he has no adequate detail to speak on the matter. And the Commissioner for Homeland Security also said that it's not everything that the government will unveil or reveal to the members of public as far as the issue of security is concerned. So for now, there's no any official statement from the state government. And the local government too has also said that he has reported to higher authority, which is local, state, and the federal from state. Now, the state governor can further report to federal government for intervention. So the residents are waiting for that intervention to come from wherever it will come from. But for now, they are in the IDP camps. They have no access to any form of security to return to their sexual homes.
All right, Akoche, we definitely want you to keep your hands on the pulse to monitor events as they develop. Of course, thank you so much for the update on the attack earlier in Allah community. Do stay safe as well.
Thank you.
And moving on now, several civilian joint task force members were killed and others injured by landmines along the Maiduguri-Gamburu-Ngala highway in Dikwa local government area of Borno State. The incident, which occurred around Gajibo village at approximately 12:30 p.m. on Saturday, was attributed to suspected Boko Haram insurgents. According to a security source, at least 5 people lost their lives and several others were seriously injured in the explosion. A senior CJTF commander confirmed the attack, stating that they were on patrol when they inadvertently triggered the explosives near Gajibo village. The Nigerian army has not yet issued a statement regarding the incident. Elsewhere, the Plateau State Police Command has apprehended an individual for extorting ransom from a potential kidnapping victim in Jos. The suspect, identified as Suleiman Adamu Garba, collaborated with another individual named Adamu Langai, who is currently on the run. They coerced their victim into paying them 1 million naira under the threat of abduction. Upon receiving the money, the victim reported the incident to the police, leading to the arrest of Garba. Investigations are ongoing to capture Langai. Additionally, the police also captured suspects involved in armed robbery, cult activities, and sexual assault. Notably, the police intervened in an incident where armed assailants attacked individuals repairing a motorcycle, resulting in 1 fatality. Suspects related to this incident have been detained for further investigation. A divisive debate is underway in Plateau State regarding the establishment of state police across all 36 states of Nigeria. Now, while some members of the community support the idea, citing its potential benefits, others are opposed, expressing concerns about the state's ethno-religious divisions. Trust TV's Ado Musa completes the report.
The demand for establishment of state police nationwide has surged amid the escalating security issues plaguing communities in recent times, with many viewing it as a potential solution to the country's insecurity challenges. A national dialogue titled Pathway to Peace, Reimagining Policing in Nigeria, organized by the House of Representatives in collaboration with the Policy, Legislative and Advocacy Center and the United Nations Development Programme in Abuja on Wednesday, aimed to address these concerns. However, among residents of Plateau, The dialogue has stirred differing opinions regarding the acceptance or rejection of various speakers at the event.
Politicians are influencing decision making when it comes to action. So if you now allow this security to be in the hand of the state government, by the time a particular local government or senatorial district decide to go against its will during campaign, if there are issues, he will abandon and say, after all, they didn't vote for me.
I support the idea of state policing, because when you consider the current security situation in the country, you find out that the security network generally is porous.
If we must have state police, let us checkmate our sectionalism, our tribalism, our ethnicity and religiosity. That sometimes I have once been to the south. Even when I called my name Reverend John Adaji, they say, oh, hey, this one on your house. They even call me Boko Haram outrightly. Some of them have never been to the north. Okay, in such a scenario, what if I was in a police station there owned by the state? You could see that it will be a terrible situation for me.
The Plateau Initiative for Development and Advancement of the Natives representing various ethnic groups and the Jesawa Community Development Association have submitted independent proposals to the National Assembly regarding the establishment of the state police. This development suggests a shift in the debate, with different community groups advocating for the interests of their respective constituents in relation to the proposal.
You know, there are always problems with people that are posted to areas that they don't know the terrain. But when you have people that are vast in knowledge of the area they provide security for, in fact, you will achieve maximum input. And so the issue of community policing is a welcome idea. In fact, we in PDAN welcome it. We had even made a submission in respect to that issue.
We clearly are against state police for the reason that it has to do with peaceful coexistence and well-being of citizens. And in a situation whereby citizenship is merely theoretical in Nigeria, and the practical aspect of it in terms of rights, privileges, and responsibilities are always on the abuse. So when you talk of state police, it means it will further, expand the areas of abuse and the opportunities for abuse by political leaders, tribal and ethnic leaders who happen to be in authority. There are states that clearly you know very well that issue of citizenship and settlers has not clearly been addressed.
While PDAN asserts that the establishment of the state police will not be utilized against any particular community, members of the Muslim community express concerns that it could potentially be used against them.
Sincerely speaking, that fear is there. But I want to allay the fears of those people that have this feeling. Because I know, for example, in this state, before you constitute the group, the community leaders, the traditional council, the stakeholders will be deeply involved. There will be people of integrity, people of tested character, not just anybody that can be intimidated. In fact, if you know the type of vigilante that we have, you will know that if we have community policing, there will be no problem as people envisage.
Presently, in most of the states, we have some local security outfits that are manned by the state governments. You find that they are not really inclusive. They are more or less restricted to certain ethnic groups who are recruited in it. And then, of course, when you see that not everybody is carried along, there is no hope that it will address the issues that are currently pervading the states in terms of security. In fact, most of them, they have to look at what is happening. Again, it might likely be armed. How do you allow arms to be, handled by such groups?
The debate over whether to create state police has sparked heated argument among Nigerians. Ado Musa, Trust TV News, Jos.
Well, there you have it. And elsewhere, water scarcity has turned Kano into a city where water is as valuable as gold, with water vendors dominating the street and capitalizing on the shortage to make significant profits. Now, according to Salim Ibrahim's report, a jerrycan of water is being sold for 120 naira in many areas affected by the scarcity. Here's the report.
Intense water scarcity and hike in cost is currently subjecting several residents to untold hardship across the metropolitan areas of Kano State. This issue is keeping many on their toes as they can't afford to sleep with their two eyes closed without filling up their reservoirs. Water is now gold in the eyes of the average common man at a time many are struggling to feed at least 2 times a day. Many residents said they often wake up or rather stays awake for as late as 3 a.m. to fetch water for use the following day in their homes. Going into the nooks and crannies of the state during morning and evening hours, all that could get the attention of a visitor is nothing but the sight of water vendors pushing their carts on either of the lanes in an attempt to deliver water to residents and business places. Looking into the problem, it was gathered that the absence of electricity supply coupled with the hike in the price of fuel are major factors that yield to the challenges faced by the people in the state as far as getting water is concerned.
Actually, we are having problems because before getting the water, we must wake up around 3 a.m. to join the queue. And even at this time, we are not sure of getting the water. We want the government to look at the situation and bring solutions. We are really facing difficulties.
However, it is all business for water vendors in the state. They are also lamenting over the development, which according to them, has increased to their plight and get on their relationships with their customers. This place is one of the well-known water vendors' sites, sitting right in the heart of the city, Kofar Nasarawa. This site, for years, has served as a water collection center for many venturing into the business and even individual businesses having not less than 15 pumps working non-stop. This water is provided by the government, pumped and pushed down from the Chalawa water area of the state. This collection center has at least 200 water vendors doing business every day, with most of them being able to do 3 to 5 trips a day, paying 200 naira to fill up their carts per trip. Speaking about their orders, Saidu Muazu, a water vendor, lamented that it only takes deep understanding between them and their customers to maintain their existing relationships.
We know how difficult it was interacting with people in the town. Actually, there was mutual respect between us and our customers. But currently, we can't maintain it because life has changed. Our customers are criticizing us if we sell 25 liters to them at the rate of 100 naira. And if we don't sell it at this price, we can't survive.
On his part, the chairman of the center, Abubakar Ali, also lamented over the availability of the water, which according to him, contributed to the plight of the residents.
The issue is unavailability of the water since before Ramadan, and the problem persists up to now. But we thank God as the water is now running gradually but not like before.
Owing to the development, the Commissioner for Water Resources, Ali Mokoda, while speaking with journalists, said the state government spends about 1.2 billion naira monthly to provide potable drinking water in the metropolis. He therefore charged residents to be patient enough as challenges will soon be over. Salim Umar Ibrahim, reporting for Trust TV.
The Oyo State Independent Electoral Commission announced the election results on Sunday amid controversy surrounding irregularities reported during the voting process. The results were declared at the conference hall of the Oyo State Independent Electoral Commission in Agodi, Ibadan. Following the presentation of results from all 33 local government areas where elections were held, the Commission Chairman Isiaka Olagunju affirmed the outcomes and declared the PDP as the victor. However, complaints have emerged from various local government areas regarding discrepancies observed during the electoral process. These include delays in the arrival of materials and personnel, as well as instances of essential materials not being available in some areas. Allegations have also surfaced, suggesting that elections did not occur in certain wards, particularly in Ibadan North, Ibadan South, West, and parts of Shaki in the Oke-Ogun region. You're watching the news update on Trust TV. Coming up shortly. Roasted onions remains a popular delicacy for communities in keeping with traditional practice. This and other news after the break. See you on the other side.
This is Trust TV, documenting the Nigerian story.
Thanks for staying with the news update on Trust TV. Now, recap of the top stories again. Bandits raid Niger community days after military withdrawal. And PDP wins all 33 local government areas in Oyo Council poll. And to more stories now. For many years, farmers have followed the tradition of consuming roasted onions while working on the farm. This tradition is believed to protect them from cold-related illnesses and also serves as a source of sustenance during the harvesting period. Interestingly, this practice has also become a customary meal in some households. Hassan Koli reports.
In numerous villages, farmers and agricultural workers have been roasting onions for consumption during the harvest season. In Wanka, a village situated a few kilometers from Cheledi, Kirfi local government area in Bauchi State, this tradition is prevalent among onion farmers. They have adopted this practice as a means to prevent hunger while laboring on distant farms. This tradition serves as our meal during our time working on the farm. The roasted onion has a delicious flavor, and we also prepare it in our homes. However, it is preferable to consume the roasted onion, as eating it raw may be harmful, particularly for individuals with asthma or ulcers. Therefore, we roast or cook it before eating, allowing us to sustain ourselves while continuing our work on the farm. I have personally followed this tradition for over a decade. The onion also protected farmers against cold-related illnesses.
Alhamdulillah, dafa albasan nan tana taimaka mana da hanyoyi masu dan dama.
We have greatly benefited from consuming onions. It serves as either a supplementary meal or a meal itself on many occasions. Additionally, it protects us from the cold, especially since we frequently work with and around water in onion farming. Furthermore, there is a belief among us that red onions contribute to enhancing the blood in our bodies.
Likitoci suna ce mana tana amfani ga ƙarin jini da lafiyan jiki.
Onions are popular vegetables used for culinary purposes and have become a highly sought-after commodity across the country. Hassan Koli, Trust TV News, Gombe.
Well, there you have it. And elsewhere, two notorious drug kingpins, Uwazwoke Ikenna Christian and Agbo Chidike Prince, have been sentenced to life imprisonment following their arrest and prosecution by the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, the NDLEA. The sentencing was disclosed in a statement by NDLEA spokesperson Femi Babafemi. Uwazwoke's journey to a life sentence began with his arrest in March 2022 at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja for ingesting 100 big wraps of cocaine. Now, despite being granted bail, he absconded and was later rearrested in August 2023 while attempting to export cocaine to India. Agbo Chidike Prince was arrested in October 2023 at the same airport for ingesting 49 wraps of cocaine. Both pleaded guilty to the charges, leading to their convictions and life sentences. In addition to these arrests, NDLEA officers at the Lagos airport arrested Yahya Danjuma Otura for attempting to export 4,000 pills of tramadol to Italy. Jennifer Elia was also arrested in Bayelsa for producing and distributing cakes laced with drugs, while other suspects were apprehended across various states for drug-related offenses. NDLEA Chairman and Chief Executive Officer Brigadier General Muhammad Buba Marwa, retired, commended the officers for their diligent prosecution and intensified efforts in combating drug trafficking and abuse nationwide. And President Bola Tinubu has defended his administration's decision to remove fuel subsidy, emphasizing its necessity to prevent Nigeria from facing bankruptcy. Tinubu, who announced the subsidy removal on the day of his inauguration, stated that despite the subsequent rise in increased hardship, in commodity prices rather, and increased hardship, the move was essential to reset the economy and pave the way for growth. Speaking at the ongoing World Economic Forum in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Tinubu justified the subsidy removal as a difficult yet crucial decision for the country's economic stability. He acknowledged the challenges associated with the policy but reiterated his commitment to prioritizing the people's interests. Tinubu also highlighted efforts to cushion the impact on vulnerable populations and emphasized the importance of accountability, transparency, and fiscal discipline. Additionally, he defended the exchange rate unification as necessary to enhance the competitiveness of the naira and eliminate corruption. The panel discussion at the World Economic Forum focused on global collaboration, growth, and energy for development.
Luckily, we have a very vibrant, youthful population interested in discoveries by themselves and highly ready for technology, good education, committed to growth, who are able to manage that and partition the economic drawback and the fallout of the subsidy removal. We are able to manage that turbulence because we prepared for inclusivity in governance and rapid communication with the public to really see what is necessary and what you must do.
And away from Nigeria, a senior Hamas official informed AFP on Sunday that the group would present its response to Israel's latest counter-proposal for a Gaza ceasefire on Monday in Egypt as mediators intensify efforts to reach a deal ahead of a potential Israeli assault on the southern city of Rafah. Earlier, Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas warned that an attack on Rafah would constitute the biggest disaster in the history of the Palestinian people and suggested that only the United States could prevent it. And that wraps up the news update on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all of our social platforms and also catch our live stream on YouTube for more news programs and documentaries. I'm Sagir Ibrahim. Thanks for watching.